It's your turn for your reading. I have to remake your video because somehow I lost your video because I thought I deleted another video, but I on accident deleted yours. So let's get into your reading for January, and then I'll put out cards for the year overall to figure out what's going on for you guys. We do have a lot going on with the different transits. Jupiter's in Capricorn for the next 12 months. And then we also have, the whole thing with Uranus in Taurus. And then in May, North Node is leaving Cancer and going into Gemini. And then the South Node is leaving Capricorn and going into Sagittarius. So there's a lot going on for 2020. But anyways, January. You have the Four of Cups in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Pentacles or Ace of Cups in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, and Knight of Swords. So my feeling with this, it's kind of like reverse, but it doesn't always have to mean everything's reverse. I just feel like there is disappointment that maybe you've had in this year when it comes to fully giving to something, fully putting time and energy in something. Like maybe you feel like you invested in something that really disappointed you in some way. But I feel like it's a newness for you guys. Like there's new energy coming in, especially for January. I feel like the whole year. So I feel like it's regaining your emotional stability within yourself, getting outside of, the situation and really looking at head on from a different perspective and really going within and, doing the healing that is required and necessary to move on from maybe an emotional time in your life. And I feel like, last year or this year, it's been difficult because you pretty much have been out of your comfort zone, in love situations and in situations where maybe you felt powerless, maybe you felt like you couldn't move forward, so you took the leap of faith. I do feel like in January, it's an opportunity to get more clear and grounded on, your own stability first before you can invest in something that is maybe long term when it is divinely guided. And I feel like with the Ace of Cups, that's an indication of, getting stable within yourself. And I feel like a lot of you, stepped out maybe in a relationship or something that you thought long term would benefit you, but I feel like a lot of you walked away from something because it wasn't maybe in some way, emotionally fulfilling to you. And so a lot of you took chances this year, whether in love or business or career. But I do feel like in January, there's this need to, go within, assess the problems, head on before they become bigger problems. And I feel like it's ending old cycles. And I feel like a lot of new beginnings want to come in for you guys, Virgos. But it's just taking the action, emotionally dependent of yourself, emotionally invested in yourself before you can let another love you, or, when it comes to career, getting a place that is actually, where you want to be financially. Alright, so let's get for the year. Alright, Virgo, let's get into 2020. I do want to say I felt like a lot of you, not all of you, but some of you, had breakups, had separation in a relationship. And I just feel like it's been a difficult journey for a lot of Virgos. I feel like there's a lot of, a lot of things. I feel like a lot of you on many different levels want to experience things that maybe you were not taught as a child in some way. Maybe in some way, you know, find a way to enjoy life more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So like I was saying, I feel like a lot of you Virgos, you want to experience life at the fullest, because maybe you invested so much in different things that you really don't have the time to really fully, be yourselves, or fully really be in more balance with yourself. There's a lot of things for you, Virgo. I feel like for some of you, you want to be able to experience again, whether it is a child again, whether it's having a union with someone. So I feel like for the most part, you guys want something solid for 2020. I feel like things are moving. They may seem slow, but I feel like things are moving in a direction in 2020. So starting out January, you have the 10 of Cups, but it's in reverse. So there could be an indication, maybe there's something, I was thinking for some of you, a vacation, celebration, union. 10 of Cups is usually about completion. So there could be something that has to do with family that needs your attention, needs your assistance when it comes to completing something. Like you want, maybe if it's for some of you who want more children, or children in general, you want your wish fulfillment on that. I just feel like there may need to be things considered in that route when it comes to children and family. But I feel like you guys want the real deal. But also too, I feel like for January, you don't want to jump into something that is not going to fulfill you. And maybe it's about fulfilling yourself, being content with yourself, and then things will come to you. So we have in February, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Usually the card is about victory, recognition. I feel like for some of you, maybe you've been needing this in some way, to be noticed, to be seen, to be heard. Maybe it's about validation from others, or validations from people that you've been really needing to hear from, or in some way answers, resolving family issues to close out in January. So I really feel like things are going to get resolved if it has to do with family, if it has to do with, long-term goals that you are trying to work towards, are going to be cleared up. And then in March, you have the Five of Swords. So cutting things out, making a clear path in the first half of the month, trying to clear out the clutter, trying to maybe get prepared for spring cleaning. But I feel like it's more about getting a clear, stake in the ground, per se, about, what it is you want to invest in, whether it's family, finances, collectively, what do you want to move forward on. April, you have the Seven of Cups. So I feel like there's a lot of options opening up to you, whether it is take on, this boss mentality of being your own boss, of taking on ownership for your life, for the choices, maybe you and other people, involving situations with the family, being proactive to make these choices. May, you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like it's maybe in some way you're feeling drained. Maybe in some way you need inspiration, you need desire to pull you through the first half of the year. And I feel like there's this need to, take some time out. If you've been putting in too much work the first half of the year, in May, I just feel like you need a break from something. You need to really put things in perspective if they haven't been feeling in, order and organized. And then June, you have the Strength card. So you could be dealing with a Leo. It's also an indication, you know, don't overextend yourself in June. I'm getting there's a need to really go within. There's a really need to recover. So maybe in June you're going on vacation again. So I'm kind of getting the feel with family and vacation this year too, that maybe you need to take some time out. And then in July you have the Two of Cups. So I feel like that's unity. So whatever this vacation that you're taking out in June, or just maybe just a few times in that month to take a break, you can be in union with someone. So coming together with someone um, in July, I'm feeling. And then September, which is your month, is really cool. The Hermit card, which is yours. You know, taking maybe you're healing from something that happening in July. But I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling like, you know, for the next half of the year, you know, focusing on you, focusing on maybe union with yourself. Maybe that's why it's showing up. Really going within to find answers. If there's answers, maybe about something that happened in July. So take time out for the rest half of the year, I feel like. And then in October, you have the Magician card. So I feel like with October, you know, it's about creating maybe the atmosphere of growth, creating everything that you need. And it could be, you know, this needs to work on your magic part of yourself. You know, being inspired to take action for your life and to own who you are as a person. Let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I totally forgot. This is August. Switch those around. August, September. So, yeah, coming into your own, coming into a place of stability. And I feel like August is when you really need to go within, find the answers within. And then November, is that right? Let's see, September, October. So this is October. I don't know, you may be confused a little bit in these months. I don't know. I'm feeling confusion. So you have the Judgment card in reverse in October. So maybe there's something that you have to report to. Maybe there's something, legal issues. Maybe I'm feeling something that's going to give you clarity, or you need clarity at the end of the um, October. Something's maybe in some way you're finding out truth about something. Maybe in some way you're finding out, you know, whatever happened in September, you know, you're getting clarity from it, or you're going to see something in a brighter light, per se. And then November, you have the Hierophant. So this could be marriage for some of you. It also could be not feeling as stable as you want to be, but it's also about finding the stability within yourself, you know, finding uh, the inner guidance for yourself. And then in December, you have the Tower card in reverse. So this could be a shakeup, could be something that maybe is unstable that happens in November, and in some way clearing up the clutter from that and really trying to rebalance things. So that's what I'm feeling for you guys. Hopefully 2020 goes well for you. Bye-bye.